Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? Today is March 28th, 2023. It's about 9:33 p.m. here on the East Coast. Bruins are down 1-0 last time I checked against the shittiest team in hockey, the Nashville Predators. Not looking good for the Bees, but it's looking good for the S&P. Look at this fucking future session right now. Look at this 30-minute boom boom session. That's what this is going to be called. This is the boom boom session tonight. Futures 0.38% green, sitting at 401.675 on an absolute tear. Strong MACD signal line cross in bullish fashion at about what time is that? 3:30 is when that crossed. And we've been on a tear ever since. We're back above the 08 3.618 at 3998. Futures 401.7 even. It's just fucking ripping, guys. You know, it's looking real bright from here. Yesterday's video, just to recap today's price action and why I had the outlook I did. I was anticipating a trip to the target range, 401.69 to 39884, but instead we tested the support I was talking about at the 08 3.618 on SPY at 39424. So healthy bounce there. Low volume. Today's volume was 62.8 million. Average 10-day volume 111 million. So not quite a scary sell-off. And you bounced right off support here, which was huge. There's a lot of support that has been built up at that level. 30-minute, again, on SPY from 2 p.m. and on, you just got the case of the rippies. MACD signal line cross right at 3:30 on the 30-minute, and you had a cross on the 200 SMA of RSI. Now, with that bounce coming, and futures just having a great time, still fucking going, 401.75 right now, 0.4% green. It's looking bright, guys. It's looking bright. I'm gonna double down on this target range for tomorrow, 39884 to 401.69. Tomorrow, I'll say it again, I'm expecting a retest of this rejection point at 401.69 from last Wednesday tomorrow. I was expecting it today. It didn't happen. That's all right. We can't time the market to the T every time, but we can get pretty damn near close, give or take a day or two. And today, like I said, the downtrend was on low volume. Not a lot of selling going on. Just, probably people repositioning, still on the fence about the direction. Or maybe it's just the algo touching that magnet, the 08 3.618 at 39424 one last time. But I do think we're going to have a nice green day tomorrow, somewhere between 1.5%. And if we really want to get ambitious, futures just goes really bright tonight. 1.5 to 2.5% day. 2.5 being a trip to the golden pocket between the 08 3.618 and COVID 1.618. Price points 40692 to 40630. This is my target for Friday. My end of month target was 413.75. That would be insane. I don't think that's going to happen in March, but I do think that is where we're headed. So by the grace of God, if it happens by the end of the month on the 31st, this Friday, I'm the greatest of all time. If it doesn't happen, look for early April. I think this is just going to continue into April. And basically from here, where we sat as of after hours close, we're looking at a 4.4% move to hit that end of month target. It is only Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We do have data coming out. Don't ask me what. I forget. I have to look. But a lot can happen Wednesday through Friday. So we will see. As far as the underlyings go, everything's just sitting on support still. NVIDIA, take a look at my baby real quick. Look at that end of day pump on the 30-minute. I love the 30-minute candles. It's one of my favorite time frames to go by. It's kind of in between a larger time frame and a smaller time frame. It's two 15-minute candles, if you didn't know, and six 5-minute candles, and 31-minute candles. So you get a little bit of the best of both worlds here. Macro, micro, somewhere in between. 30-minute indicators is what I look at. I love the 30-minute MACD. Again, signal line cross at the end of the day on NVIDIA. I'm going to say NVIDIA. I'm going to coin that. 230. Bullish fashion signal line cross. RSI pointing straight to the sky here. About to cross its 200 SMA. NVIDIA 282.04 end of month target. Still need it to be hit, or everyone's going to unfollow me and I'm a shill and I suck and I need to retire from trading. Psych. We've been calling this shit to the T since December. If you couldn't tell from the tweets that I have pinned on this fucking chart. Here goes my ego again and my arrogance. But I mean, if you've been following along since December, it's just been an absolute show. This chart is incredible. So we are looking for that completion of this inverse head and shoulders pattern that began on Wednesday, March 30th of 2022 at the rejection point of the 13.618 extension at 282.04, where we saw that initial downtrend turned into a left shoulder bounce at the golden pocket between the 12 and the 11. Head formed at the 11. Right shoulder, where do you think it formed? Golden pocket at the 12 and the 11. And then to complete it, or to complete the pattern and then see a slight continuation, maybe retest all-time highs, 282.04 is the price target. That's NVIDIA. Yeah, absolute nothing of a red day. It's down about 1.7 to 2% in the last 2 days on low volume. Apple, same thing. Apple's sitting at support. Big support at 155.26. Again, Apple, looking for that inverse head and shoulders to continue. This right shoulder to continue to $164.83. That's the target, and I do believe it's going to be hit. Sitting at support. We'll look at the 1 minute. Get a look at the daily price action. Probably looks the same as everything else. End of day bounce and rippies into after hours, into a bright futures session. Tesla, probably the same thing. It did dip below that support, the 0.786 here, between the 7 and the 6.618 at 108.46. VWAP's fucking my chart up. Hold on. There we go. Now you can read it. Yeah, so downside target 108.46, December 1st, bounce rippies. All right, inverse head and shoulders forming at the golden pocket. So left and right shoulder finding support at the golden pocket between the 7 and the 6.618 extension. 7.618 was the monthly target for March, 220.22. And again, a look at the daily price action on the 1 minute. You are back above the support level. This looks very bullish to me. I think Tesla's going to go on a fucking tear for the rest of the week into April. Meta. So we had that rejection at the target of 206.48. That was the target for March. That was achieved. And you're really not selling off after that. What is that? A fucking quadruple top action here on the 30 minute at the target price of 206.48. Just to reiterate my game plan on Meta. Look at that daily candle turning green. Wow, incredible. Above 206.48, C25786. Not without resistance at $223, $224. That price range. I'm going to be entering 250 strike calls on a retest of this rejection point from Wednesday, May 4th of 2022. And then in a established support level at 20648. So I'll draw it again. I'm looking for something like this. Timeline, who fucking knows? Retest that support over there, come back down. Resistance over there, come back down. Establish support at 20648, the 2.618 extension, and then go on a tear to 257.86. But we're still playing it by ear. The target for March was hit on Meta. I'm happy. So we're going to be doing this next round of calls very strategically. We don't want to jump the gun, get a bad entry, have everything go minus 60 to 80% for 15 days, and then finally go green, a week out to expiry. It happened on Meta, and it happened on Microsoft. I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to be premature with my entry here. I'm going to wait for that rejection at about $224, establish support, and then go from there. But yeah, Meta sitting on support. Same as everything else, just bouncing towards the end of the day. Take a look at the 5-minute. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Maybe we get another retest of 20648 tomorrow. That would be a 2.7% move from after hours close, it looks like. Microsoft. Look at this bounce off the 0.786. That was today. Incredible. And that looks fucking bullish. Look at that double bottom there. Let's go to the 2-hour. Doesn't that look pretty? 2-hour MACD curling up. Still waiting for that signal line cross. 30-minute. You got that signal line cross on MACD at about 230. Same as everything it looks like. RSI currently above its 200 SMA. And you're just bouncing off that 0.786 between the 2.618 extension and the 1.618 extension derived from COVID. Price points 28484 and 226.66. Target for the month was 28484. Still waiting for that to get touched, and I think it's going to happen. Don't shoot me if it doesn't happen by March 31st. I think it's going to happen, but maybe give me a couple days into April before you start calling me a fucking idiot. Last but not least, Netflix. Netflix is just fucking chilling. Downside target for the month was 256.88, and probably the same end of day action here on Netflix. No, you didn't. So on the 30-minute, you never got a signal line cross at 230. This is actually still pretty separated from the signal line, and RSI is pointing up on the 30-minute. But this is weak price action here, I would say. If we look at the daily price action, 6.48 million volume today. Average 10-day volume, 8.36 million. We'll get rid of VWAP. And you're getting that end-of-day bounce on Netflix too. But I don't think anyone wants to fucking buy Netflix. Netflix is washed. I want to see this go into the dirt. I'd like to see Netflix at look at that daily. I'd like to see Netflix at somewhere between $211 and $155.05. Not a fan of Netflix. I'm not stock bashing. They just don't have good shows. I'm more of a Hulu guy, and even then I don't watch Hulu. I don't really watch TV, but this daily candle looking very bearish. Monday, yesterday, you had that slight, oh wait, you were red yesterday, 0.22% red. You have that weak wick here off supply from December 13th of 2022, and maybe 256.88 does hit in March. If we look at the daily macro indicators, yeah, you really can't read it. RSI, however, is pointing down, and it looks like it's going to cross its 200 SMA again and head into the depths of hell. So we will see what happens with Netflix. Quick look at the 4 hour. MACD starting to curl back around to the downside. RSI pointing down. Netflix, I'll see you later, pal. You're not part of the party coming up. Futures, 4017 even. Last look before I sign off. Do I look at AMC? I'll look at AMC for you guys, because we had a great day. 13.19% green today for Amy. You retested and regained that golden pocket, 520 to 483. You needed that, bulls, but you are back in it. So this needs to hold as support. Go to the 5 minute. Anything can happen here. Anything can happen. So I described yesterday the target for upside, or the bull case, out of this golden pocket range, 520 to 483. First target being $7.11. Secondary target, if you continue above that, if you do run, is 1161. But it's still in the air. This is kind of make it or break it. You do have a lot of resistance here. It does look like supply to me. But I'm not going to say what's going to happen. I'm just peeking at it every day. To my surprise, we ran today. Well, it really wasn't that big of a surprise. Usually when SPY has a red day, mediocre red day, the memes are doing something. So it's great to see AMC back in this GP. I really thought it was over off this rejection from Tuesday, March 21st. But I guess the apes is still alive for now. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. How long is this video? 17 minutes and 18 seconds. I gotta cut it. We're keeping them under 20 minutes. I want you guys to watch these videos, but I don't want to sit here and lick candles with you for an hour or an hour and a half as if there's really that much to explain. I will look at one last thing. We'll look at DXY. I've been saying it looks heavy on the monthly. Dollar slips as bank concerns fade. Yesterday, I just put that on the fucking chart because that was relevant news, as it was looking terrible on the weekly. Weekly still looking terrible. Again, you had that signal line cross on Monday the 13th on the weekly. Daily, pretty weak. Very far away from the signal line on MACD. Let's take a look at the session now. You're slightly green, 0.8% green on DXY. We'll go to the 4 hour and then the 2 hour, and we'll wrap it up. MACD, a little bit of space between the signal line. Histogram still negative, and RSI on the 4 hour is slightly slanted up. This is a weak 4 hour candle. It closes 1900, 1600 is 4 p.m. It closes in 8 minutes. Not looking hot, not looking hot. We'll look at the 2 hour. This candle closes at 11 p.m., I believe. It's about 9:52 p.m. here on the East Coast. 2 hour MACD starting to curl up. And then the 30 minute. What's going on with the 30 minute? That doesn't look healthy there. I think the dollar's going to fall, guys. I really do. And it just went green. Yeah. We'll be watching the dollar. If SPY goes up, most likely the dollar is going to drop. If SPY goes down, hopefully the dollar goes up, because if both of them go down, that's not good. That's pretty much it. Last look at futures in case we crashed. Nope, we didn't crash. 0.36% green here. Take a quick look at the 5 minute. You're rejecting off this fucking this curve I've had on the chart for a long time. I keep moving the plot points and extending it right. I moved this one down to the golden pocket between the 08 3.618 and 08 2.618 rather than having it on, I think it was on this bounce here. For example, you'll see how the extension of the line changes, right? So if you go up here, you know what I'm saying? If we go down to this fucking October reversal, that's just ridiculous. This isn't any indicator of anything. This is more of a visual representation of the price action, sort of a rounding bottom after the bottom in October for my visual representation. I just like it. And whenever it crosses back over it, I think we're going parabolic. And we have a couple times, but we really want that big breakout to happen. So down on the 5 minute, you're rejecting right off that fucking curve, extended curve. No big deal. This is nothing. This is my own little thing that I have on the futures chart that I just think is fun to watch. And it just represents, again, the rounding bottom price action that I think is happening. I don't think we're going to hit a lower low for a while. I think it's up from here. You know, I don't think SPY's going back down to, what was it, 363? I think we hit a low of 359 in October. Low of 348.11, high of 367.51 on October 13th, and then you bounce off that golden pocket between the 08 3.618 at 39424 and the 2.618 at 30382. Price points 36259 down to 35970. It's labeled here. Once before in June. So you double dip that, and it's been up since then. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, same thing as yesterday. I'll say it first. Support at 39424. Target price range for tomorrow is between 40169 and 39884. The 0.236 and the 0.382 between the COVID 1.618 at 413.75 and the OA 3.618 at 39424. Watch futures. These levels here on SPY are equivalent to this 0.236 at 403.475 and this 0.382 at 405.750. So I'm looking for futures to do the rippies up and retest 403.475 once again, and potentially at 405.750 tomorrow. That would set us up. That would be a big indication of a continuation for the rest of the week. And if that were to happen, I would be more confident that we actually retest 40692 to 40630 this week. That's all I got for you. Good luck. I'm drawing for no fucking reason. I'll be at work again tomorrow. Probably check my phone at 8:45. I have lunch at 12. Probably dabble a bit in the Discord. People will be in there actively trading. I updated the link in my Twitter bio. It's free to join. People are in there every day sharing TA, sharing the trades in real time, sharing the trades, and yeah, have fun with it. Don't stress out. If you have puts, and we start ripping, let them go. I'm telling you, shit's gonna move. Have a good night.